It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Junction. Tonight on Trains and Tech, we're going to get into a couple of the projects that I'm working on for my next upcoming op session and just some of the things I'm working on, the layout in general. My next op session is going to be on February 21st, which is this Friday. I have 3 gentlemen coming over, 2 that have been here before, 1 brand new to the layout. And I've, I got projects to do, things to work on. I am wearing, and I guess appropriate shirt for this evening. I know Ray is just listening. He's not actually paying attention. But if you look up, I had to get my driver's license renewed. So I put on an appropriate shirt to go get my driver's license photo taken. And I'm hoping the next time I see Ray, I will be able to get a pat on the back. But you know how it is. Sometimes those pats are hard to come by. So I'm doing what I can to try, but, I'm only me. I'm only me. That's good. That's good. I like that. I'll take that. So I guess first we need to start out with my usual I have a problem, because I do. So one thing that happened, I think it was either yesterday or maybe it was even just earlier today. I got a notice that my credit card was charged, and I was like, oh, what did I order? I just couldn't figure it out. Turns out I've got... there was some stuff that was pre-ordered that came in. It hasn't arrived yet, so this is a little bit of a teaser for next week. But I think it'll be a good pre-order, something that I've been looking forward to, and yeah, it should arrive maybe tomorrow. But along those lines, I did where I live, there's a package room that you go and you get your packages from, and I saw I had a package and I couldn't figure out for the life of me what I had ordered that I might have had a package coming. And even weirder, the package was from Microtrains. And there are some items that I want that Microtrains just came out with, but they haven't been released yet. So I was like, did I order some 40-foot boxcars and I just completely forgot? Like, I couldn't remember. This is what I found when I opened the box, which again very much confused me. I do have some Lehigh Valley cars on the layout, so it wouldn't be so odd for me to order a Lehigh Valley car. But as Dennis points out, this is not a 40-foot boxcar, so I didn't think that I bought this on accident, and then I realized it is a N-Scale Enthusiast car. This is their 2026, 2025, 2024, 2020 something. There's a little hole right there. I can't see what it is, but it is their membership car. If you're a member of the N-Scale Engineering, every year they do a run of cars that are only for members. And this was the car. So unfortunately, it is a 50-foot car, but it is a really nice car. So we'll see. I'm currently running 50-foot cars on the layout. I've kind of decided, though, that I'm going to start pulling them off. I've got a lot of stuff that I don't really need, and I'm starting to think that maybe 50-foot cars aren't something that I need on the layout. So I am going to probably start eliminating them. So for now, this one will go on the counter, and we'll see. It might stay in the collection, or it might not. I mean, you know, one day, depending on how things in the world go, I might just, you know, end up with a huge basement, and I might need to eventually have some more modern cars in my collection to fill my 40-foot by 40-foot N-scale layout. So, you know, it is hard to, you know, it's hard to figure out what your favorites are, what to keep, and what not to keep. But I don't know. As you guys can see, you know, I keep bringing it up. The letter is still here. It's still unopened. You know, I was feeling very. Let me just say, I started feeling very optimistic this week. I don't know why. I don't know what came over me. I don't know exactly, like, what was kind of creating that feeling. But February 14th, package was in Jacksonville, Florida. And I thought, okay, like, maybe this is going to be okay. I mean, it's not the closest post office it's ever been to the final destination, but it's closer. So I was very excited. Jacksonville, Pensacola, Florida. Okay, February 14th, it's Valentine's Day, right? I mean, things are looking up, you know, what's going to happen? And then on February 17th, it was back in New York. I've been emailing with a guy that's trying to help me save the package from going back and forth, and I basically told him, like, one way or another, just get the package back to me. Like, let's just stop the insanity. And he said, okay, like, I'm gonna try. We're gonna try and stop it from, you know, going in circles. So after New York, you figure, like, maybe it's just gonna deliver back to me, but no, it is back on its way. It left Jersey City on February 19th, so it's probably heading back probably heading back down to Florida again. I'm gonna open this letter eventually, right? I mean, one way or another, either USPS is going to say the package is lost, or maybe eventually I'll give up. But I don't know what to tell you guys. It's making another loop. I guess that's all I can say. One other, or I guess two other things while we're talking about stuff, right? I just got done watching TSG Multimedia's Talking Trains. They just did this live stream. It was with Stephen Priest. And when I first saw the title, I was like, layout building with Stephen Priest. I'll go check it out. It actually ended up being a really, really interesting live stream. A lot just about like motivation and really like dedicating some time to the hobby to reach your goals and creating goals and all that kind of stuff. So check it out. TSG Multimedia's live Talking Trains. He does it on the third Wednesday of every month. And yeah, I thought that was something good to check out. Another thing that's coming up, and I'm glad Dennis is here because maybe he can explain it much better than I can. But this weekend, the 21st and the 22nd, the Model Train people are doing a 24-hour live stream. The live stream is a fundraiser for I believe it's the Philadelphia Hospital in, I was going to say the Philadelphia Hospital in Philadelphia. Philadelphia Hospital, I believe, for kids cancer research or kids cancer. I don't know. Hopefully N-Scale Train Boy is going to actually put the answer in here. But check out, if you scan this QR code, if you, whatever, it'll take you to it. But youtube.com @ModelTrainPeople is the link. So it's a good cause. Check it out. And yeah. Yep. You can scan, just point your camera at it, and it should be there. I look like I'm in the dark. I'm trying, I guess it's probably could be the dark shirt. I don't know. This light's kind of blinding me, so this light's brighter, this light's dimmer, so I'm in the light, but it's like this like fancy like, split lighting thing. I don't know. It works. Shall we get to some of the projects that I've been working on, some of the things that I've been doing? One of the things that I just started doing, I've always wanted to do this. I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, so I guess I'm kind of looking for opinions. I've got this throttle. Okay, I'm going to pause this for 1 second just to... So this is what the event is, the 1-year anniversary of the Model Train People community. So they're going to raise some money for the... let me find it again. It's back here somewhere. The Children's Hospital of Philly. So yeah, check that out as well. Opinion, I am too dark. It happens. I was gonna say I can make it brighter, but I can't make it brighter because my phone is my phone's occupied right now. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Nobody wants to see me anyway. Just listen to the dulcet tones of my voice. Yeah, okay. I'm just making that up now. I know my voice is not dulceted tones, but anyway. So this throttle, I've now got 2 of them. And I've been debating whether to paint the case on it. But what I thought was maybe instead of the case, I would just paint the dial here. These dials come off, so it'd be pretty easy to paint it. And when you get these throttles, it actually comes with a second dial. So I like the little thumb print at the top. But they also give you a second dial that puts the little thumbprint at the bottom. I decided, I guess, I don't know, do I like the thumb? Maybe I should try the thumb at the bottom. Interesting. I don't know. Anyway, what I decided to do, or what I'm trying, and I don't know how well it's going to work, is I painted one of these dials green. This isn't quite exactly the right green, but it's, you know, close enough. And I kind of thought like maybe swapping out the dial might be kind of interesting to give the throttles a unique look. My concern, of course, with doing this is that the throttles are something that you touch, and hence I can't get it on. I'm lining it up, but it just doesn't want to go on. Maybe painting it somehow ruined the... Come on. Come on, people are watching me. Don't embarrass me. Come on. I don't know why this won't slide on. Usually they slide on really easily. This one slides on so easy. Now I say that. Yeah, there we go. This one slid on easy. Now I can't get this one on. But I guess it was just if I can get it on the throttle. It's just kind of a way to customize the throttle. And, jeez, come on. What is wrong? I didn't do anything with the back part. See, it's got a little, it's keyed. So it's got to go in a right way. And I've got it lined up. Well, anyway, I was going to ask people their opinion. Why is it when you turn the camera on, random things just don't work? But basically I was going to ask, should I paint them all green and just sort of like if it rubs off, if the paint rubs off, it will, oh, interesting. This one doesn't have a sleeve. This one doesn't have a sleeve, but this one does. Is it not supposed to have a sleeve? I feel like that would be really, really weird for it to come with that little sleeve and to not actually need it. But let's see. Watch, I'm gonna take this out and then it's like never gonna work again. Can I even get it out? That's the question. I'm just gonna like, maybe I'll just spend an hour trying to get this to fit on the, oh, I see. That's the problem. The little sleeve for this one was stuck on the throttle, so it wasn't letting me push the other one on because there were two sleeves. Now watch, I still can't get it on. Come on. Come on, there we go. Oh, man, that was tough. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of think this gives it an interesting or a different look. I'm wondering if I broke the, I'm now wondering if I broke the pot on this from pushing on it so hard to get it to work. It seems to be working. Seems to be fine. All right, so question, now that I've spent way too much time trying to get this stupid thing on. So the question is, should I paint them, or should I leave them the regular color, or should I paint them? So yeah, what do you think? I mean, I've got the sticker down here at the bottom. I've got some stickers on the back. So like, I can identify it, but, oh, look, it stayed on again. The little thing does not want to stay with the doohickey. So yeah, so I'm debating whether to debating whether to paint them or leave them as is. What takes more time? Do that option. Yeah, exactly. DB Tech, do they have the 3D file online to print them? Some first world problems being decided tonight. Yes. Dennis also says, do whatever is more complicated. Got to take it a step further. Green with the RT decal. I could put the decal on it, but the problem is with the indent, the decal's a little too big and it wouldn't sit flat with that indent. So I'm afraid it might it might come off if I do that. So Nathan says, do I want to run a train just in case? Nah, I'm okay. Oh yeah, warranty voided, probably. Very much probably. You like Steve's idea. What was Steve's idea? One green one and one gray. Oh, interesting idea. I could do that, actually. That's not a bad idea. Steve, that's why we pay you the big bucks, is to show up, to tape the RT logo out. Yeah. I guess if I had like a cry cut or whatever it is, I could I could print that out and then spray it and pull it up. Make a decal, not a sticker, then clear coat the knob. Yeah, I do have some clear coat. I could definitely do that. I don't know, and I guess now I'm wondering too, do I like the thumb detent at the top or do I like the thumb detent at the bottom? If I put the thumb detent at the bottom, that means then all the buttons are closer. Whereas if I'm up here at the top, it means the buttons aren't that close. So I might be, this might have been a very big, a big moment in model railroading for me, where I might be I might be switching to a bottom detent. Although it is slightly off-centered when it's on the bottom. The bottom one seems to be slightly off, whereas the top one is more aligned, and that little bit being off is bothering me. I know. First world problems. Randy Timmerman saying bottom. Yeah, the off-center's driving me crazy. I almost want to write to them and say, like, are all of them off-center? So I need to put another coat of paint on this because it's not quite filling in the grooves yet. So I'll do that and then probably clear coat it, and maybe we'll try it on one of the throttles and see how it goes. And yeah, exactly. But this one is aligned. Yeah, this one's much more aligned on the center than this one. So I don't know why that's off, but anyway, I guess we should move on to the next thing. The next thing's something that I've kind of been putting off for a while. I guess I've kind of been putting it off because I don't know that I like kit building yet. I haven't yet. Chisel the back off and then reglue it. Yeah, that's gonna work. There is a guy. He goes by Father Tim, and he has, I guess, kind of created some software that uses, it's not Siri, it uses whatever Google's version of it is, I think. And basically, you can talk to the device, like you talk into it like it's a radio, and he uses voice to text and then text to like JMRI, and then it controls the locomotive. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Paul, yeah, Paul's getting into kit building now. He's even starting to do a little bit of kit bashing. He was just doing that. Yeah, they did not have DCC when I was a kid. DCC started in '96, I think it was, and I was born several years before '96. So yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of kit building. Part of what I've been trying to do is, nope, that's not the one I wanted. I want this one. Over here on the layout is a freight house. And what I'm trying to do in some of these corners is to kind of put a building in the foreground in the corner that blocks your view of the main line that's on a curve. So I want to have a foreground building and a background building and kind of have it like mask things a little bit. So for operations, to kind of enhance operations, I started building this building right here. The building, I guess, it's been sitting, yeah. But we shouldn't be going down this hill because I don't want to. I don't want to. I was definitely a clown. I don't know that I was in a circus, but yeah, I was out of college in '96. But I started building this building right here. This is the Walthers N-scale freight house. I guess I do have the box over here. It's just the typical Water Street freight terminal. This is more of like a brownish color. I went a little bit more with a red color. This is all actually painted, so the red is painted, the whatever that is, the silverish color is painted. The next thing I want to do on this is something that I've seen several people do online. I've also seen one person do it in person. I don't remember how the person did it in person though. So I thought, you know, what a good thing to do to just do it live. I did have to actually, so the bottoms come off, but this is one piece, so I actually had to mask it a little bit. As long as you don't look too close, the masking looks pretty good. But right now it's just way too even. I did paint the windows as well. I painted the windows this color. If you look at the box, for whatever reason, the windows on the box are green. So I said, okay, I'll make my windows green. Haven't installed the windows yet because before I install the windows, what I want to do is, where is it here? Is I want to try using this. This is a brick building. These are both brick buildings. They've got some brick to them. And what I thought is, and they're still a little tacky. I'm not sure if I need to let it dry more or not. I kind of thought I'd just sort of try it and see. I'm not sure if there are any solvents in this. I'm not really sure what is in this. But it says put it on, wipe it off. Paintable, stainable, water cleanup. So there's probably no solvent in it if it's water cleanup. Work as large an area as you want. Safe for plastic, wood, polystyrene. So I have seen this. I have seen this work. Yeah, it's funny that you say that. It is kind of reverse pacemaker. It is also just to bring it out here. This, if you don't know, this is my paint scheme, right? So it's kind of a little bit it's this paint scheme a little bit as well. But opposite of that, and then with the green windows, it's kind of matching. So it won't. So this is just, I'm layering things on, right? So that's what I guess I'm trying to figure out is layering these various layers on, and the next layer that I want to do is I got to get rid of some of this stuff, right? So these none of these have been glued on yet. They've been painted. They've kind of been, you know, they're dry-ish. But I'm basically I'm assembling things in similar colors. So let's see, this top I should just be able to push out because I didn't glue it in yet. So now I'm back to just this structure. So what I think I want to do is put this on it. And yes, this is the Riverside Freight House, right? Like as I mentioned, this is Riverside Yard, so this is where it goes. So this is Riverside Freight House. So Joey is saying that I should wait. I'd let it dry more fully, otherwise you might strip off some paint. I guess if I strip off some paint, I could just repaint it. You know, how terrible could that be? Barry, more to come on that question. It would be weathered, yeah. And that's, I guess, a little bit so here's my plan. Oh, and that's the wrong one. Here's my thought on this. And people that know a lot more than I know can jump in. But my thought is I put this on and then let it dry and wipe it off, which should give me a little bit of the brick pattern. And maybe what I'll do tonight is maybe I'll test it on the back side. So like this side right here is going to be the side away from the aisle, and this side right here is going to be the side closest to the aisle. So I think that's correct. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, so this is going to be the train side, and this is going to be the truck side. So this side will be closer to the audience. So I can do a little bit of a test on this side, and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, sorry, but back to my where I was going. So I thought I'll put this on, put in all the windows and all the doors and everything, get the whole kit built, and then come back and do like a black wash over it, just to kind of then make it look dirty, right? So paint it, do the brick mortar. Now the problem with this brick mortar, and I found this on this building back here, and I kind of messed this building up. Whoa. So when I clear coated this building, so this is this brick mortar here in the thing. And when I clear coated it, it looked like this. It washed off the white when I clear coated it. So I'm a little concerned. Oh, interesting. So I can tint it down. I could tint it down before applying it. Interesting. Yeah, a light black wash. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a black wash over it. I guess what I'm not really sure about, though, is if I do a black wash over it, is it going to take all of the white mortar out of it or not? So people are asking, so what did I spray paint it with? So this is the collection of spray paint that I've been using, because I do have an airbrush. I haven't really been using the airbrush at this point, just because. But I've been using this Liquitex water-based spray paint. I had tried another brand. The other brand that I tried went on just way too thick. This stuff is significantly like a thinner, it's a much thinner, paint. Oh, I could do that. That's a good point, Randy, is I could clear coat it with a lacquer, which would then prevent the thing as well. That mortar mix when dry will really hold that powder. Do go very light if you want it to be dark. That mortar mix when dry will really hold that powder. Okay, maybe. What's the mortar made of? I have no idea. It's called Robert's Brick Mortar Formula. And I've seen a couple people use it. So I don't know, but yeah, so this Liquitex paint is what I've been using. This is, wherever it is, the green is called Hooker's Green. This is the closest spray green that I could find to the Riverside Transfer Green. It's not exact, but it is kind of close. Then what I have is, this is a cadmium red deep hue number 3, and this is the red that I got for this. This gray here is what I used on the bottom, but I've also been using these 3 colors here for another project, which is basically, I've started painting this a little bit, and you probably can't really see it much, but I used basically, this is the base coat, and then I used these 2 to kind of like break it up a little bit, and it's looking a little too speckled. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's looking a bit too speckled at this point, but I think if I, again, do like that sort of, black wash to it, I think it'll help tie everything together. The other thing that I can show that I did, this is another little art project that I was working on as well. Is this over here. So this is my programming track down here, yard lead mainline, and I want to make a little like hill right here. So I thought if I had a retaining wall, that would look good around the hill, and so I used that same sort of painting. I used this lighter color here as the base for this, and then I used this darker color as the base for these, and then I just sort of held the cans far away so the paint would kind of spray and dry in the air as it kind of hit things, to kind of give it that little speckled look. So eventually this will kind of be filled in, and these will be more retaining wall-ish than they are now. But again, it was just a little bit of, it's just a little bit of a, a little detail that I wanted to add. All right, so Adam's dropping some knowledge. It's basically chalk in a liquid. It's water soluble, so if you wanted to, you could even wash it off next week and start over. That's why it washed out when sprayed. Light coats of clear. Okay. And Late Night Model says, I don't clear coat mine, I leave it as the last step. Oh, so my thought was that the last step would be kind of like a wash to like give it an all like over, a whole, I don't know what I'm trying to say, a whole over the whole thing, like kind of a continuity thing, right? Like tie it all together by doing that. But maybe it sounds like from what people are saying that maybe I don't and or shouldn't do that continuity layer. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Oh, Joey says because he tints it. Yeah, I guess I could tint it. So I feel like what we're learning tonight is that maybe I'm not gonna try this. Or I guess, I mean, I still kind of feel like I want to try it on this backside a little bit. And go from there and see. I'll weather some of it, but not always. Most of my builds are for product photo purposes. Yeah, I get that. Adam says try it and see how it works. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I could just wash it off, why not try it? So I guess, okay, so the next question is, just remember it's weathering powder, right? I guess that's what I need to remember, is that it's powder. So thoughts on how should I apply it? Should I apply it with a brush? The other thing, I pulled out my Artist's Choice, the Choice of Professionals professional makeup wedges. I was thinking that maybe I should try it on this. Paul says you could use a scrap piece. Paul, here's a little thing that you might not know about me. What I should do, and what I usually do, are usually not the same thing. Yes, I should probably not start on the actual building. Now, here's the other side of it, right? I am looking at this building, and it's funny because Stephen Priest actually just talked about this in the, or they were talking about this a little bit in the previous TSG Multimedia live stream that I mentioned. But be careful with temporary. So I'm thinking that this is the temporary building. And my thought is that I'll build this building, I'll learn something by building this building, but this probably won't be the final building. So when I go to build the final building, I'll have learned all the mistakes, and I'll, I'll go from there. I don't think I've ever seen Boomer use this brick mortar stuff. Temporary buildings are good, yeah, and that's, I'm kind of looking at too, like, I have these Pike stuff buildings. I keep going on oh, that one will work. I have like this Pike stuff building right here, and I kind of think that is temporary as well. But I don't know. I mean, those buildings are actually pretty prototypical. Yeah, he's an artist. He uses like artist stuff. Dry chalk sticks will work. Yeah, see, Dennis, I mean, I'm just gonna try it. And everyone keeps saying it just washes off. So the question okay, so I'll ask the question again, and I guess I'm really waiting for Joey to respond, because Joey's the one that built that back there, and it looks incredible. And he used this on that, and I don't know how he put it on. I don't remember. So I'm kind of not sure. Adam says use a brush. Thinking the foam will keep pulling it out of the lines. Oh, interesting. See, I was thinking that the foam would push it into the lines, which is why I was thinking of the foam. Thomas, I don't know what the technique is, but apparently, if you watch Boomer Diorama's diner videos, it's in there somewhere. So while I'm thinking about whether I actually want to do this, I think, let me go back. I'm going to answer a question that Thomas Splitrock had on my last stream. And the question that Thomas asked me was about installing these magnets. And, well, it wasn't about installing the magnets. Actually, the question Thomas Splitrock asked me had absolutely nothing to do with magnets. The question that Thomas Splitrock asked me is, can you delay, couple, and scale cars? So what delay coupling means is that so instead of having the couplers lock, basically the couplers sit next to each other. So when you push the coupler and then pull apart, it doesn't hold them, hold the cars together. So I installed a bunch of these magnets. I installed 3 in this yard, 3 in the other yard, and then 4 over by the IRT powerhouse. So basically the way the magnets work is you push a little bit into the magnet when the couplers are over the center of the magnet. And of course, this one came off. When the couplers are over the center of the magnets, you basically pull forward, right? So it's over the center of the magnet, and then you pull forward, and it separates. And what the magnet's doing is it's just pulling the 2 couplers apart. So if you push against it and then pull back, oh, of course I pulled back to the wrong spot. It was basically delayed coupled. So yes, it absolutely works. It works pretty well. So you can set off a car and then push against it to push it back, and then pull back away. So the magnets work. They work pretty well. So yeah. So David says just brush it on and wipe it off lightly with the sponge. A couple other people are talking about the oil painting. Okay, let's find a brush. Let's try this. I mean, what can go wrong, right? I mean, it's not like I'm doing this live on a stream and that everybody's going to be here watching me, fail at this. So let's see. Let's find a brush to use. I'm trying to find one of my older brushes, I guess, too. I guess it doesn't matter. It is water soluble, right? I mean, I might as well use a decent brush, right? Maybe use something like this. So I got this guy. Joey says he uses a brush to apply it. Okay. Yeah, so start on the non-viewing side. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start on this side. I'm not going to worry too much about getting it on this gray because there's no like mortar in it, but I am going to try and stay off of the gray. So I'll try and just, paint basically towards me, starting at that edge, wiping it down. We'll try kind of this center section here, and we'll see if it's going to work. I mean, I don't know. What could go wrong? So Joey says small brush. So not this one. I think, is this small enough, or should I get one even smaller? I have smaller ones, I think. I can use, I have a little brush like this. See, this is the kind of thing, like I never know what brushes to use. Like there's this brush, there's this brush. This one's a much stiffer brush. They're calling it a shader brush. They're calling a round brush. These are both number 6 brushes. I don't know. I don't understand brushes. I think a full-size wall painting brush. Yeah, I like the flat. All right, so Dennis says use the flat brush. Joey says use the black round one. Cameron says just use the 2-inch brush. Dennis is saying use a roller. You know, what's great about, the best thing about doing this kind of stuff on a live stream is that guaranteed you get a different answer from everybody. So, yeah, I guess you could put it in a sprayer, right? I mean, you'd prefer a smaller flat one if I have it. How about doing the wall pieces where one building connects to the other? Oh, that's an interesting idea. This is the side here where the 2 buildings connect to each other. So I could do that side first. See, that's why I hire you guys, is to, so here's a number 2 flat brush, which is slightly different and a tiny bit smaller than this number 6 shader brush. So maybe I can use that one instead. Doing this stuff live is great. You can learn on a wealth of experience. You can learn what not to do. Oh, interesting. So Joey says use a soft brush. So this is a soft brush. This is definitely not a soft brush. We're going to use this one. We're going to try that. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, you do. You get the best advice and the worst advice all at once. Oh, otherwise it'll splatter. Interesting. I can hear it's kind of like chalky as I open it, which I'm guessing is from a little bit of the chalk being on it from the last time it was used. So I guess there's no going back now, right? I'm not really sure how much to put on it. I mean, I guess I feel like this is a little bit like airbrushing, a little bit like dry brushing, where you're just trying to get it into all of the crevasses. But if it really does dry the way they say it's going to dry, I should just be able to kind of put it on thick and then wipe it off. Yes, less is more. Yeah, I'm terrible at the less is more thing. If anybody has ever seen me glue anything, they will know that I like using at least a whole bottle of glue to put together a small something or other. I guess I kind of feel like if I use enough glue, it won't fall apart. And I'm always worried about things falling apart, especially when I'm handling them. I don't know why this like one spot here like isn't taking the mortar. I don't know if it's because I maybe got some paint in it and it's too thick, or maybe I got some glue in it, so it's not allowing it to go in. Oh, so is there something called Tamiya flat base that is also like a that's also a mortar type product? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, it looks like it's getting in the cracks. So I guess the thing to do now is kind of let it dry. Do I let it dry like overnight, or do I just brush it off now? And I guess how do I not get into all of the crevices and pull it all out? Like, do I need a hard brush? Wouldn't you wipe the paint off before it fully dries? So this is not paint. What I am told, and I don't know, I'm just repeating what somebody earlier said. So this is Robert's brick mortar formula. It is supposedly a powder, a white powder suspended in liquid. So it's not paint. It's actually just white powder. So what I'm eventually going to do is when I wipe it off, it should theoretically leave all of the powder. People are saying use the sponge between all of this stuff. Wipe it with something damp, not really wet. Oh, interesting. I do have my handy dandy water bottle. This room does not have water, so I have to go out and get my own water and bring it back. It is uphill both ways, barefoot through the snow, but I persevere, and I'm able to get there. Yes, a damp cloth. I use a damp paper towel, a drop or two on the sponge. What could go wrong? So how do I know that it's dry enough? I mean, it feels pretty dry. I guess some of it's coming off on my finger. Yes, Robert, apparently it is water soluble. Joey's saying to wait 10 minutes. So I guess I should have done my, I should have done this demonstration while we were waiting for it to join, because now I don't really have that demonstration to do it. But so sometimes, like right now, there we go. Sometimes you have to bounce it a little bit to get the magnet to work. I have found, I'm running into stuff on the other ends. I have found that in a lot of cases it works better if you push on and then pull. Sometimes you can, like if you pull over it, it doesn't disconnect, but if you push back and release it, it pushes back. I don't know. I'm just going to keep playing with that because apparently I was supposed to leave myself 10 minutes of time before I did this, and I didn't leave myself 10 minutes of time. So now I'm kind of looking for stuff to do while I waste everyone's time. Heath doesn't have any hair. What does he need? I do have a hair dryer. Or just try it after a few minutes. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wait either, but I use it on MDF walls. Oh, yeah, because it's plastic. Interesting. Yeah. Lynn, all that you missed is that you have some relatives over from Montana, and that you went out to dinner. It needs to be dry, but can be wiped off today, tomorrow, or even a week later. Let's try it. Not that one, this one. Let's try it. What could go wrong? All right, so there's a drop of water. It is staying on top of the sponge, so I busted it and messed it into the thing a little bit. And I'm gonna wipe it, I don't know, I guess this way. I guess I thought more of it was going to come off. It looks like, so we're doing it in both directions. I don't know why. I kind of thought more was going to come off when I did this. Is that what it's supposed to look like? Am I doing this right? I'm trying to get out some of the thicker stuff that's in this corner that kind of sat on it. I guess I can just keep wiping it, right, until it kind of gets to the point where I want it to, and then kind of stop. I guess I should probably leave it. You can see it is taking a little bit of the paint off, so that's probably not great. But yeah, I mean, it's let's see, wipe. Worst case, you do it again. Yeah. Oh, I need to wipe harder. Oh, interesting. Okay, a little more force, a little more dampness, and a little more force. It's like wax on, wax off. A clear coat would prevent that. Yeah, I guess I could have clear coated the paint before I started this. I guess the other thing that it is doing is it's blending the mortar in with the red. So it's giving me, it's not quite as bright white, right? So just to kind of remind everybody, right? This is how it started, and this is what it looks like now. I don't know. I don't think that's terrible. Remember what I said about waiting for paint to fully dry. Okay, so I will say this one more time for those of you that weren't here when I said it the first time. I have no patience. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just making this stuff up as I go. Ed did suggest that I do the inside corner. So this side right here is actually going to go up against this building here. So I'm not actually going to see this side, but I thought it was a good test. I did think, I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind that it took a little paint off. It's not bad. I like this better than this. I'll say that. I mean, this is definitely too, you know, too kind of shiny. So I don't know. I mean, it's better. If you wipe it at 45 degrees, you don't pull mortar lines out as much. Oh, interesting. Okay. I was wiping it with the mortar lines to kind of, oh, look at that. Oh, interesting. So now I can pull harder. Let me put another drop of water on this. So I can pull a little harder at a 45. Interesting. Oh, I keep cracking the, I hear myself cracking the joints, which I'm trying not to do. So it is like a fine line of pressing hard enough, enough moisture, the correct angle, waiting for the paint to dry, having a little patience, trying things, not trying things. So here's the red, here's the other. I like the way that's turning out a little bit in that, like, you know, this is brown more than red. So doing the red and the white, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm no expert, but I don't know. We'll see. From the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.